Idea then how to use the iPhone for video recording, but it can also be a very useful tool for audio. And Nick Garnett from BBC 5 Live, probably one of the pioneers of doing this, and also someone who probably knows more about than just about anyone else I know. So Nick, first of all then, when we've gone beyond the idea of basic recording with the iPhone, which is fairly easy to master, we then get something horribly complicated like Vodio. So how does Vodio make our life easier?
Vodio is amazing because it's a tool that was built for journalists, which is, I think, the first and foremost thing. And what it does is it's a multi-track audio and video recording piece of software. So what that means, it's a bit like Adobe Audition or Cool Edit Pro from the old days, in that you can get different bits of audio and move them around so that you get the right places. Now, why this is important is that if you go and do a vox pop, you do a vox pop in a linear fashion. You speak to person A, speak to person B, then person C, and then person D. But the answers that you get might be better if it was D, C, A, B. So what this allows you to do is to move those clips around and change the order of clips very, very easily, smoothly edit between each one, so you can do crossfades, you can do dip downs, you can drop in links as well, and it means that you've got a recording studio just on your iPhone. It's amazing.
Right. Okay, well, you've got the tools there. So
let's do we'll do a straightforward recording. I'm going to record a quick interview with you.
Right.
So you're going to be a member of the public. I'm going to have a quick chat with you. You've heard what the politicians have got to say today. Has it changed the way that you're going to vote?
Well, I know whoever you vote for, the government will get in at the end of the day.
Brilliant. And then another person came along who looked amazingly like you.
Oh,
it was your twin, in fact. And so that one, I'm going to give that one a name of recording 6. And then I asked exactly the same question, because that's what you do in a vox pop, of course. Has it changed, what you've heard today, has it changed the way that you might vote?
Oh, I was definitely going to vote one way, and now I'm going to vote t'other.
Brilliant. So, that's recording 7, and I will now record a quick link, which says, well, after the meeting today and the visit of David Cameron, I asked people whether they were going to it was going to change the way that they might vote. And then I'll do an end tag, which is, but of course, we won't really know what will happen until we get closer to election day. So there you've got 4 sections of it, recorded in 3 different bits, recording 6, 7, and 8. Once you get to the main page again, you open up your files, you click on the audio page, and there are recordings 6, 7, and 8. Let's go into recording 6, because that was the first one that we worked on. And there is our clip. Let's listen to it. Member of the public, I'm going to have a quick chat with you. You've heard what the politicians have got to say today. Has it changed the way that you're going to vote?
Well, I know whoever...
There's the beginning of the speech there. I tap on it, and I put my finger at the top of the screen, which gives me a blue in point.
Well, I know whoever you vote for, the government will get in at the end of the day.
And then I tap on the bottom of the page there, and it brings in the out point. I'll drag that down into the bottom bit there. I can automatically, I don't even need to go out of this page now, I can add another clip there, and that will bring in recording 7, which was the second vox pop. Let's listen to that. Then I asked exactly the same question, because that's what you do in a vox pop, of course. Has it changed, what you've heard today, has it changed the way that you might vote?
Oh, I was definitely going to vote one way, and now I'm going to vote t'other.
Right, there we go. I can see the shape of the words there. So I just tap on the front and top, bring that down to there, and you've got now 2 clips, numbers 1 and 2. One was 5 seconds, one was 4 seconds. If I tap on the little tick on the right-hand side, it brings both of them up on the same form. But that's no good, because you'll get a little click if you start to play it there. Let's have a listen and see.
Well, I know whoever you vote for, the government will get in at the end of the day. Oh, I was definitely going to vote one way.
You didn't hear the clip there, but believe me, it's there, and you would hear it. So all I do is I tap on it, and I drag it down, and then move it slightly back. And then you get a nice smooth.
Well, I know whoever you vote for, the government will get in at the end of the day. Oh, I was definitely going to vote one way, and now I'm going to vote t'other.
So there's our 2 bits of audio. Now, if you think of Adobe Photoshop, what happens with Adobe Photoshop is that you create different layers on a picture and you have to flatten them down to make a final JPEG image. That's what we have to do with this. We have to flatten it down. So you tap on the one that looks a bit like a... I'll just cancel that so you can see it again. It's the 3rd icon along, this one here. I'm going to tap on that one there. And that gives me a name. Now I'm going to call that Recording Vox Edit. I really should have some proper forms of naming these things, but I don't. So that means now we've got the 2 edited clips of the Vox Pop itself. Let's go back to the main page now, and I want to pick up recording 8. Now these were the links. So I go back in, and I can see where it is there, so I'll start it, I think it's about there. Meeting today, there we go. Well, after the meeting today and the visit of David Cameron, I asked people whether they were going to change. It was going to change the way that they might vote. Again, I tap on the bottom, which brings in the yellow. So that is the first part of that clip. I drag that down. Now here's the trick. I can go back in and I can just pick up the edited Vox Pop, double tap it, drag the whole lot down at 7 seconds. It was 5 and 4, wasn't it, at first? Because we sort of like brought them in together, it's made it slightly smaller. I'll then drop in the 3rd clip, which was in recording, and that's there, isn't it? Let's just have a listen to it to make sure it's the right one. And then I'll do an end tag, which is, it wasn't. So I'll double tap there, bring that in there. But of course, we won't really know what will happen until we get closer to election day. And now there's a little bit there that I don't want, so I'll just move that yellow all across there. I can just drag it along according to where I want to put my finger. Pop that down. So I've now got, you can see the 3 colours there. First one is the first link. The second one is the edited Vox Pop. The 3rd is the 3rd link. If I tap on the tick on the right hand side, I then get all 3 up. Again, I want to have a nice little bit of crossfade. So all I do is I pick that one up, I drag it down, bring it back across itself, not too tight, it's not Radio 1. Pull it back, this one back in, slightly there, tap to the beginning and play. Well, after the meeting today and the visit of David Cameron, I asked people whether they were going to change. It was going to change the way that they might vote.
Well, I know whoever you vote for, the government will get in at the end of the day. Oh, I'm definitely going to vote one way, and now I'm going to vote the other.
But of course, we won't really know what will happen until we get closer to election day. There's a little bit of a tap there, but I won't bother about it. If you wanted to tighten that up even more, that shoulder that you can see there, you can just pick up and shorten or lengthen the length of that there. Once I've finished with that, I'm going on to the, remember about the flattened images? Going across to this icon here that looks like a bit like a hard drive. Tap on that. I'm going to give it a final name. So that will be called Cameron. I better not play this out live on 5 Live, had I? Cameron Edit. Tap. Done. That brings me there. If I tap on the home page on the right hand side, it takes me back to my home screen. I don't want to save what I've just done really. And there is Cameron Edit. Now if I tap on that, it gives me the option to send it. I want to send it as an M4A file, and you can just email it straight out to wherever you want it to go. It's as simple as that. And it means that, you know, your Vox Pops aren't just some cobbled together A, B, C, D piece of audio that is raw and rough and unusable. What it does is it gives you something that you can put straight out on air, and that's the real time saving. And the only software that does it in this way is Vodio.